Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the tutorial of the Pyraminx. So for those of you who just now got their Pyraminx and they decided to scramble it, and they don't know how to solve it, if you already know how to solve cubes, such as the 3x3 or 2x2, it's even easier than the 2x2. I'm not even lying to you guys. It's easier than the 2x2. It certainly doesn't look easier than the 2x2, but trust me, it's just as easy, maybe even easier than the 2x2. So, the sides of the cube are yellow, green, blue, and red. And the colors may be different depending on where you got the cube. But there's 4 sides of the cube. The colors are not opposite. They're right next to each other. So like if you look at the yellow, the blue and red are opposite yellow. And then like the red and green is opposite yellow, and it's just too confusing, and it just doesn't work like that. It's not opposite. The colors are all next to each other. And those 4 sides are yellow, blue, green, and red. So now you know the sides and how the cube works. Obviously, it's shaped like a triangle. So you do not hold it like a cube, like very aerodynamically. You hold it so that way you're holding on to these tips. Or not the tips, like these 2 sections. Hold on. This section of the cube and that section of the cube. You want to hold those 2 sections of the cube. So, like, you want to hold it like this, except with both hands. So, now that you know how to hold it and how many sides and what those sides are, now the last thing you should know are the pieces. It is the exact same thing on a 3x3, a centerpiece which has 1 color, and there are 3 centerpieces on a side. And just like on the 3x3, there are an edge has 2 colors, and there are 3 edges on a side. And just like on the 3x3, there are corners, except on the Pyraminx, they're considered tips. So, just like on the corners, actually they're tips, there are 3 sides and they can twist. It's an actual function. And depending on what brand your 3x3 is, the corner twisting function is an actual function for the 3x3. It's not considered a function. It's just something that it can do. But on the Pyraminx, it's considered a function. So now that you know everything about it, we can go on to solve it. So let's just mix it up. And the way you mix it up, oh yeah, here's the functions. It doesn't do straight, it does diagonal moves. So like for example, these. And then you can scramble all the tips. And you can like move the top and do some more diagonal functions. You can turn the top again, and then you can do it to a bunch of sides. So just like keep on moving a bunch of sides until your cube looks something like this. Now this is not the only Pyraminx made. This is considered the 3x3 Pyraminx because you got 1, 2, 3 3x3 Pyraminx. There is a 2x2 Pyraminx out there. There is a 4x4 Pyraminx, the Master Pyraminx. And then there is a 5x5 Pyraminx, a Professor Pyraminx. And then the 2x2's nickname, I guess, is the Pocket Pyraminx or whatever it is. I don't really know about that kind of stuff. But today we're just going to learn how to solve the Pyraminx. Now, this is going to be actually for a tutorial, not that long of a video. So, yeah, the first step on solving the Pyraminx is twisting the corners or tips. They're considered tips, not corners. twist the tips until they match up with their centers. Like, for example, twist this tip right here until the green part of the tip matches up with the green center. So that hasn't matched up, and now it's matched up, because the 3 sides of the tip has matched up with the centers. And then you can go ahead and do that with the rest. So that one's solved, that one's solved, and that one's solved. Just about the easiest step on the Pyraminx. Even a non-cuber, a person who didn't know how to solve anything, would know how to do that. So now that we solved the tips, we need to solve the bottom layer. I like to start with blue. You can actually start with whatever you want. It's just what I learned off of, so I'm going to start with blue. So what we do is we lift up this right and left section until all 3 centers are on the same face. So don't pay attention to the edges and tips, just pay attention to the centers. So let's look for all the blue centers. We found the blue center here, here, and here. So what we can do is we can hold a blue center towards you and a blue center on the bottom right, and we can lift up the right section. And ignoring the edge and the tips, we have connected these 2 centers. And now what you want to do, if you have the last centers and those 2 centers connected, you spin that whole entire bottom section. Or no, all you need to do is you hold it like this and you lift up the left section and then you lift up the right section. And now, ignoring everything else, you have just connected all the centers. So now we can go on to the second to last step on solving the Pyraminx. What we need to do is we need to place in an edge, and a placed in edge looks like that one. So what we need to do is we need to obviously connect the other color of the edge to a center. So like, for example, the other color of this edge that has blue on it is red, and we've connected it to the red center on the right. So what you want to do, if you have this placed in edge on the right, what you need to do is you lift up the left section, stick it in, and bring it down. And then you've placed in the edge as easy as that. Now what you want to do if you have an edge placed in and turned in correctly, what you need to do is you lift up the right section, turn the top in either direction, bring down the right, and then connect it, and then you lift it up, stick it in, and bring it down. And if you keep repeating that, you will eventually solve the whole entire bottom layer. So now that you have solved the entire bottom layer, you have almost solved the Pyraminx. What you need to do is you turn the top layer until the centers on the top match up with the bottom layer. So like right now it isn't matched, now it's matched. And then you will notice that we have to cycle these 3 edges. Now I will only be going over, what is it? Is it 1 or 2? I think it's 2 cases I will be going over. So the first case, the most common case you might get, is you have these 3 edges and 2 of them match up with something and 1 of them doesn't. So the one that doesn't match up with anything, hold that on the back so that way these 2 that match up with something are facing towards you. And you want to do this algorithm. Bring down the right section, bring down the left section, lift up the right section, lift up the left section, turn the top away to the left, lift up the left, stick in the edge, and bring it down. And if you come across this is a very strange case, and it's actually pretty common as well. What you do is instead of connecting the centers, you see that you have all of these headlights. Connect the headlights with their centers, and then you have some sort of like U-perm thing. What you need to do is you can see that we have this yellow thing on the green face. In this case, we need to do the backwards version of this. And the way that works is you lift up the right, turn the top away to the left, bring down the right, turn the top away to the left, and then repeat that. So lift it up, bring it down, move it away. And now you have just solved your Pyraminx. I think there was one more case I was going to go over. What was it? Oh yeah, this is the final case I'm going to go over. So yeah, there's 3 different cases I'm going to go over, and this is the last case. No, that's not the right algorithm. How do I get to that algorithm? Oh, I get it. How do you get to that case? Jeez, man. Oh well, I can't really show you that case, so I'll have to do a scramble and solve and see if I'll get it. And then I can show it to you guys. Okay, inspection. Okay, so blue face. How do we do that? We do that. And then we can do that. Nope, I didn't get the case I wanted. Hold on, maybe this will be a long video. Simply because it's not giving me the case that I want, and it's gonna start making me mad. Come on. Finally, okay, this is the case I was looking for. I don't know why you can't just do the algorithm for it and it shows you it. It just shows the stupid highlight. Not highlight, what is it? Headlights. So if you have a completely solved edge and then these two both don't match up with anything, what you do is you hold one that doesn't match up with anything on your right, and then the other one that doesn't match up with anything in the back, and you want to do this algorithm. You lift up the right, spin the top twice, bring down the right, bring the top back, lift up the right, place it in, and bring it down. And now you have the case where there's one that doesn't match up with anything, so you hold it in the back, and you do the algorithm I showed you, and you place in the edge, and now your cube is solved. So yeah, that is how you solve the Pyraminx. Yeah, it's as easy as that. Just to solve this crazy four-sided triangle-shaped puzzle. Yeah, leave a comment down below, and tell me your case, like if you have a case that you don't know how to solve. I'm pretty sure you can just do one of the last 3 edge cases I showed you to get it to another case that I showed you, and then you should be able to solve it. Yeah. You may not be able to solve it on the first time, but, it's usually pretty easy to solve it on the first time. But, yeah, I didn't even have a Pyraminx when I learned how to do it, and I learned how to do it. So, yeah, but it's actually not too rare that you won't be able to solve it on the first try. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, and that was the case to fix the one edge where when it's not, like, aligned with anything. That's the algorithm that I did, you know, that one. And, yeah, that is my tutorial on the Pyraminx. Hope this helped. Leave a like if you liked it. And, leave a comment if you liked it, or, like, let me know if my videos are getting better and my tutorials and all that stuff is getting better. So, yeah, see you guys. Let me see. Today's Wednesday. See you guys Friday. Bye. Yeah. beast. Look at that.